silent giant. Entertainment.
Wow, we ready, Dub? We ready? Sly Stallone over there in the corner looking all fly. This is dope in here because I'm looking around and all I see around us is family.
Yeah, family.
And I love that. I love that you came through with your boys because it was funny, you know, catch it. You know this, and I can tell you. I mean, you being in Atlanta, this is the first time we actually get to catch up and sit down, and I get to hear and really see your experience. And so as a fan, I did my research, a lot of my research, and I got to read the stories of your brothers and, you know, how your family, when they came from Mexico to Cali, and then why they left Cali and went to Atlanta. And it was crazy because when you came up those stairs of the studio and it was on some like, this is my manager. This, you know, it's like you're rolling in with the homies like anybody else would roll into the show to do the interview. Yeah. But then when I got to find out that was your family. Yeah. And that's how you roll. Yeah. That's way real to me, dog. Yeah. Way real. Yeah. Because that's how we roll. E-Dub and I have. I know that this is like your first real experience too with Pocos and us and what our people and our voice mean to us. But when we started this as kids, and I know some of our people that have followed the show for decades know this story. But E-Dub was a local garage producer. Okay. And I was a radio DJ. And in radio, I was always told, you need to target your Latinos. That's your voice. And it was so bad to the point where I had one programmer put up a picture of a Mexican girl and be like, this is who you're talking to. And I knew there are all these artists out there, like the Spanish Flies and the Little Robs, because E-Dub was producing for some of the cats in the streets at that time, in the in the beginning movements. And I was like, how are we targeting this audience? And there's these artists out there and they have no voice. And whenever I tell a programmer, like, hey, we're getting a lot of requests for this artist, it'd always be like, oh, that's just their cousins or their local family calling up, when I was working local radio. For real. And it was like, it made me feel wrong. And then when I got the gig at Power 106 in Los Angeles, I knew what kind of power like that held and how important it was to the people as a whole. And like every other radio station in America, Power 106 was targeting Mexican Americans, Latino Americans, and that was the voice. And at the time, luckily, I had a great program director who saw the importance of giving the movement a voice, and I had dumped hundreds of Mexican American rappers on his couch and said, we're targeting Latinos, but none of these artists have a voice. Yeah. And so he said, well, you and Dub put together a show, how it would sound. And that's how the radio show started close to 15 years ago. Oh, wow. And now to see you opening doors from your experience and how you grew up in Atlanta. I know a lot of people have done the parallels between like you and South Park Mexican as far as growing up in more of an acceptable community where like blacks and Mexicans, there wasn't the beef and the tension. And you like grew up together vibing off of each other's culture. And I see Cali going that way now too, where there was more of a struggle. I do. It's dope. Which is the dopest, most powerful people, because when you're minorities becoming majorities, you need to stick together. Yeah. Got to. So it was important to me to explain that story to you, because I feel like you're really breaking down walls now. The fact that we've always had that Texas Cali representation, but now it's like the cat from Mexico, I know we talked about this on Pocos, to Cali, to Atlanta. Yeah. And that story. And the family, the reason I brought that up, because that played an important role in like when your parents moved your family, when your brother started gangbanging at 6 out of California to Atlanta to get your family out of that situation. If anybody saw that, okay, we're going to do this and then we're going to have another son and he's going to grow up engulfed in this community, learning total new identities all around him. Yeah. And he's going to make a career out of it, get signed to a major record label, and become a superstar, because that's what I'm seeing happen in the future. Thank you. What would the family have said to that?
They wouldn't believe it. But it's happening, and I think they would be real happy if they knew that back then. But it's happening. So,
talk about you as a youngster coming up. Like, did it ever feel different? I mean, there wasn't a lot of Mexican cats in College Park with you, right?
like growing up, like since my brothers, you know, even though they from Cali and stuff in Mexico, you know, they was raised there too. So it's like I grew up following what they was doing, you know, and we grew up right across the street from a Boys and Girls Club. And, you know, it was just the culture, like playing basketball. Like, you know, I wanted to go to the NBA, you know, going to school. You know, I was with my black homies, and that's just how it was, you know. Everything was all good.
Mm-hmm. And you were tall Mexican dude because you stand at 6'1", but
Yeah.
you weren't quite tall enough for basketball, and you knew that, and were smart enough to change direction.
Yeah, because I was good. You know, I think I could have made it, but I just think I was kind of a little chubby sometimes, like when I was little, and I was real slow. But I could, like, you know, shoot. I had handles, everything, you know. But, like, when I got to, like, 10th, 11th grade, like, I wasn't getting no playing time like that, and I was just, like, you know, I found music, and I just, like, I'm finna stick to this. When I started doing music, that's when I got taller, though.
So what made you lose the weight? What made you be on? Because you ain't chubbing now. You ain't that chubby boy.
Nah, really, I was ever since I was little, was exercising and stuff. You know, I always played outside, but I guess it finally got off me.
Mom's cooking did it to you, or what?
Yeah, definitely.
What's mom cooking at home for you and the brothers? Because she got a tribe. How many brothers? There's 4 brothers?
Yeah, 4 brothers and 1 sister.
And it was the sister the youngest, or where's the sister?
Nah, I'm the youngest, and she after me.
So she's before you. Yeah. So were you an accident?
Yeah, I was probably an accident.
Nice. So 10th grade.
Yeah.
Picking up the pen. Like, when I was doing my research, what I loved is the fact that you weren't just out there rapping, throwing things, like you cared about what was going to be stuck in the universe forever.
Yeah.
And you really, like, you found yourself before you really started shooting your stuff out there. Yeah. What made you pick up that pen?
Well, it all started with being my friends. Like, we was in the neighborhood and the apartments, and like being in Atlanta, it's a real big local scene, like with rapping, everybody want to rap. So it was like, you know, I seen people who was getting big off of it, and I was like, you know, I could rap too. I could do it too. And then me and my friends, we built our own studio, like a little cheap studio, and in his apartment. And then we just started rapping from there, and I just fell in love. I was like, I can do this.
Growing up, who were you listening to?
Growing up, I was listening to everybody from Atlanta, as far as, you know, T.I., Jeezy, Outkast. But people outside of that, I was listening to Kanye West, Jay-Z, Tupac, Biggie, you know. That was a couple people right there.
Were there any of the Latin cats that you were checking that you had on your radar?
To be honest, I just started, you know, hearing about them this year. Being in Atlanta, I really never even knew about other Latin artists like that who rap. So I think that's dope, though. I think they dope.
Well, it's dope too that you're opening up the scene and showing, because, like, well, you know, I started looking like, well, why did your parents move to Atlanta? Like, why did they choose Atlanta? What was out there?
Well, when they was in Cali, my dad, he was already working over there. So, like...
And what was he doing?
I really don't know, but it was like, you know, a little job. I guess he was good. I don't even know. But, yeah, he was already working, had a good job. And, yeah.
Because according to the census at that time, like, a lot of Latino cats, a lot of Mexican cats were moving from Cali to Atlanta.
Yeah.
And so now are you noticing the cultural scene there getting big?
Yeah, it is.
Do you notice the growth in the Mexican population?
Yeah, it's a lot of people. Like where I stay at now, I stay with my brother, and it's like a lot of Mexicans out there.
Okay, what is Kap's ultimate goal?
My ultimate goal is to basically give our people, you know, Mexicans a voice. You know, to be the one to open doors for them, you know, in the hip hop. But also, you know, just basically just let them know what it is. Like, you know, we Mexican and it's harder for us sometimes, but we gonna get it.
Well, it's harder, but the community works hard.
Yeah.
And what do you think has kept, I mean, in reality, from your brothers to, like, for generations now, you know, a couple generations, Mexican Americans have been moved by hip hop music and influenced by hip hop music. Why do you think that we haven't had that guy yet or that girl yet? What do we need to do to, being somebody coming from Atlanta and just jumping in and seeing like this whole scene on this end and everything that they're working? What do you think we all need to do as a team and as a unit to create that on a world level?
I think we just gotta unite, you know. And then being where I'm from, I think, you know, we just gotta do everything better, like do it real good, do it great.
Take quality control.
Yeah.
Be aware of what you're putting out there, because that's something you did. And I think whether you're Mexican, whether you're Jewish,
like
whether
when
you're
we
black,
put out,
quality control, baby.
Yeah, like basically make people like it, like not just because you're Mexican, like, you know, I just like it. That's how it is.
So what kills me a lot of times is when you got these cats like coming in and like killing the game, like on a hip hop credible level to earn stripes. And then they're afraid to say where they came from and how they grew up and who they are, because they're afraid that that's going to be a roadblock for them. So I've got to give you credit for balancing out the fact of culture and being who you are, where you came from, your family struggle, but doing it with so much swag. Like, just killing it.
Yeah, thank you.
So I got to shout you out for that. And
thank you.
Okay, so now let's get a little more up close and personal, because I know the ladies like questions like this. Your favorite restaurant?
My favorite restaurant?
Favorite place to grow?
My mom's house.
Oh, that's sweet, mama's boy. And then when you're somewhere, when you're out of town, with what's the one go-to place? Like, I know me, I'm always good for my Chipotle and my Starbucks when I'm in like one of the little cities.
Yeah.
And if I find a Benihana's and we doing it, I'm all about
Yeah, they got that in Atlanta.
They got that good sauce, the brown sauce, and that good salad dressing.
I never ate there before though. It's good. Everybody talk about it though.
You never ate at Benihana's? Oh, baby, I'm going to take you to Benihana's. I'm going to be your cougar, and I'm going to take you to Benihana's. Just don't tell E-Dub, and I'm going to take you. You and I, we're going to go to Benihana's. What's your favorite spot, like your go-to restaurant? Fat
Burger in Crenshaw. It was good.
Did you get the chili cheese fries and the strawberry soda?
No.
Oh, whoever took you did not do it right. What'd you get?
Real? Yeah. I got a burger. It was so delicious.
You didn't get the chili cheese fries?
Nah.
Oh, yeah, you got it.
I like Fat Burger.
Fat Burger is
I like it better than In-N-Out.
Me too. Me too, but you got to roll with veteranas to these places so that they can tell you like what you have to order and what you have. You ever had some matzo ball soup?
Nah.
Oh, we're going to go to the deli and we're going to do that. What's your mom, if you think of like your favorite meal your mom cooks, what is it?
My favorite would be eggs.
How's she cook?
She put scrambled and she put tomato, onions, and jalapenos with tortillas.
So y'all be doing it spicy out there in Atlanta?
Oh, yeah. I think I eat the most, I'm like the most spiciest eating person in my family. Like I really like eating spicy. Like that's my favorite thing.
To go real
eat.
spicy?
Yeah, son, anything spicy I like.
I'm gonna make you my salsa. You gonna get down with it. But I'll put a little extra jalapeno in it just for you, just so you can see. That's my white girl salsa. It's bomb. Now, I need a story from you, because growing up with 4 boys, I know you guys, like, what was your biggest all-out brawl as brothers? Do you remember it?
Like, it'll be something like, you know, you change the channel or something, like, why the heck you do that for? And you just start fighting, you know.
And y'all ended up fist fighting?
We always had rules when we fought. Like, we never hit in the face, but we always, like, do body shots and all that, and slamming and all that.
So you could slam, do body shots, but no hitting in the face. And none of the 4 boys ended up boxer?
Nah, he was my older brother, second oldest. He was gonna be a boxer. He was boxing when he was little. But matter of fact, let me change that. Sometimes my brothers hit in the face though, when they got real mad.
They did. Yeah. So that's when it would like what would cause the face chuck?
I don't even know. Like it's too many fights. You know, it's too many fights. But me being the youngest, you know, they took it easy on me. They still beat me up, but they ain't like just beat me up though.
Do they still protect you like the baby?
Yeah, they protect me as a brother. You know, we all protect each other.
And what made you decide to roll with the family in the business?
Well, like my manager, he's my second oldest brother, and he the one who kind of got me into music, and everybody else, we just all came along. You know, we just family, so that's how we always just help each other out.
And you rolled initially by it was what, Little G?
Yeah, Kap Little G.
And where the Kap came from, like your group?
Yeah, my crew. We called Kids at Play. Like when we was little, we was kids and stuff, and we just always, you know, we grew up together, so that's how it was. We called ourselves Kids at Play when we were little.
And you still rolling? You guys still
Yeah,
tough?
It's still my homies, yeah.
So like, are you looking forward to when you get your crown to bring your people with you?
Yeah.
That's nice. What is the one thing that you know when you're super papered up, the first thing you're gonna do?
First thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take my auntie out of Mexico. That's what I want to do.
That's what I'm talking about. That's how I'm ending it. No more said, baby. My man Kap G, check for him. If you are not knowing, I promise you, you will be knowing. Loving this dude doing big things.
Yeah, thank you.
For real, man. It's real. It's real.